Coverage live.
National line of Robert Kennedy. At ang pinaalam nila doon, according to sa kausap namin sa foundation nila, ang pinarating doon minanggel ko. Ay hindi po totoo yun. Let me explain the truth. A Christian leader, sent me through a text a reminder. It was a nice reminder used to inspire people. He even said that religious groups or leaders use that as an inspirational line. I did not even know whose it was, except that it came from Derek Ross of the True Love Waits Foundation, who espouses chastity and teaches all over the country. He's an American. When he gave me that line, I translated and delivered the message in Filipino because we found it fitting cap to what I was fighting for. So, Mr. President, I did not steal it or claim that it was mine. In other words, the worst thing probably that you could say is that I copied it from a text of a friend. I didn't really know who it came from, but it was a nice inspirational line. So, sabi nga nila, kay Kennedy daw pala yung linya na yun. Kaya, hindi ko po alam agad yun. Kung sa tingin nila kinopya, at tingin ng Kennedy family, kinopya ko, pwede. Sapagkat kinopya ko nga doon sa text yun But, Mr. President, copying or imitation is the highest form of flattery. But if it upsets the Kennedy family, well, then I'm sorry. But that is not the intention that we had when we used it, Ito po isa sa mga natabunan ng mga oras na yon at uulitin ko po sa ating mga kababayan. Papaalala ko lang po yung sinabi ko nung huling speech na pilit nilang tinatabunan ng issue ng plagiarism. Nagugulat ako kasi ito pa namang mga tao, mga aral. Pero parang hindi ko maintindihan kung saan galing, except that I know that yung karamihan pala at hindi pala, lahat pala ay RH advocates. As a matter of fact, nagtataka rin ako, tinanong ko sa Senate President kung bakit yung media advisory nitong mga RH advocates na ito ay nanggaling sa opisina ng isang congressman, sa opisina ng Akbayan, na party list congressman. Tataka ako, gusto kong tanongin ng Senate President, ano ba koneksyon ng congressman at bakit makikialam sa pagpapile ng ethics ng committee ng Congress sa isang senador? Ngayon, ako po, mababa lang po ang pinag-aralan ko kumpara sa mga pinag-aralan nila. Pero ako po, hindi marunong manira at hindi ako nanghuhusga ng kapwa. Kung ginamit nila sana yung kanilang katalinuhan para sa pagbibigay ng linaw tungkol sa RH Bill, lalo na yung 16 arguments ko, mas makakatulong pa ito sa mga kababayan natin para maunawaan ito. Kaya sa mga mahal kong mga kababayan at saka sa mga kasama natin sa Senado, ako po matagal nyo nang kakilala. Kilala nyo pinanggalingan ko, kilala ninyo pamilya ko, asawa ko, mga anak, mga kapatid, kilala nyo po lahat Kilala rin nyo po ang pinagdaanan ko, alam po ninyo. Mga nagawa ko at mga natulungan ko. Ito po mga naninira sa akin at nag-iimbento ng mga multo, hindi natin kilala. Kaya hindi tayo pwedeng basta maniwala sa kanila. Time comes and when I have gathered enough evidence I will expose the people behind this na nagmamanipula nito, pati yung mga kababayan natin sa Akatim na mamanipula nila para magamit nila dito. Mr. President, you can call me names, you can mock me, you can accuse me of anything under the sun, but I will not change my position, and I will always be against the distribution of contraceptives, condoms, IUDs, promoting immorality to the young people. I will always be against abortion. I will remain steadfast and will stand firm in my position as long as I live. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Majority Leader. Senator Pia Cayetano.
Mr. President, just a short point of privilege. Before we start our day, and I know that syntax is always at the start of the agenda, I would also just like to manifest that I have always I've stated before that I fully support the prioritization of the syntax bill and the budget. But I would also like to put on record that the RH bill has been pending for almost 2 years, and what I would like to request our colleagues is that we find time to also finish this measure. My understanding is there are only 2 senators left to interpellate. That is the Senate President and Senator Ralph Recto. In the agenda, which I'm asking for a copy, there are, I think, 6 or 8 names listed. But, Mr. President, I have spoken to all of these people, and none of them will be making any amendments. So I only have 2 senators, both of whom have told me that they only have 2 simple amendments. So I think my request is very reasonable. I only asked for 30 minutes to finish the amendments for these 2 gentlemen. I understand that during the caucus, the Senate President had requested that the body be present, and if that is the case, then I will also request my colleagues to be present. But given the previous days during the interpellation of the syntax bill, people have other things to do. They go to their office, and so one proposal I have is, since I'm only asking for 30 minutes, can this be taken up before syntax? It doesn't have to be, but I am only being reasonable. If I take it up after and then some of you will question the quorum, that is unfair to me, the sponsors, and to every person who would like to see this measure come to its rightful end. So that is my point of privilege that I would like to raise, Mr. President, and I put that on the floor. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm sure Senator Ralph Recto and the Senate President heard the point raised by Senator Pia Cayetano. Well, just to set the record straight, I have also manifested my intention to propose amendments after all the members have already submitted their amendments, because baka lang magka-doble-doble yung mga proposal. So we will inform. I'm sure Senator Drilon heard the
Message.
the message. Because
Mr. President,
Senate
I have
President.
also a bill here that has been pending for 10 years. And I'm waiting for it to be discussed in this chamber. I never complain. And I don't think there's anyone who can compel any senator to jump simply because they want him to jump. I'm ready to defend my position in any debate here. So I hope that they will understand that I'm not ready yet to propose any amendment.
Mr. President, with all due respect, may I know when the Senate President will be ready? Because during the caucus, His Honor informed me that he will be ready. And so I was just basing it on that, and I was hoping
I
that...
do not know, Madam Senator, when I'm ready.
Well, then I will have to, in due time, after Senator Ralph Recto has made his amendments, and I am only hearing now that Senator Soto would also like to do the same, then I will probably have to make a decision on how to proceed, because I think it is also my right as a sponsor to defend this bill, which a lot of people are waiting for. Thank you.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I'm ready for any remedy that the gentle lady would want to take. If you want to put it into a vote that I'll be censured, or I'll be kicked out as a Senate President, or I'll be outvoted, so be it.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to resume consideration of Senate Bill 3299 and the committee report number 411.
Any objection? There being none, motion is approved.
Mr. President, this is the burning act restructuring the excise tax on alcohol and tobacco products. The parliamentary status of the measure is that we're still in the period of interpellations on the committee amendments. So may we recognize the sponsor of the measure, the acting chairman of the Committee on Ways and Means, Senator Franklin Relon, and to interpellate Senator Ralph Recto.
The acting chairman of the Committee on Ways and Means, Senator Drilon, and Senator Ralph Recto are recognized.
Ang napanood nyo po ay ang pagdepensa ni Senator Tito Soto sa pagtatagalog ng speech ni dating U.S. Senator Robert Kennedy bilang bahagi ng privilege speech kontra sa reproductive health bill. Giit ni Soto, copying is the highest form of flattery. Hindi rin daw siya magbabago ng posisyon kontra sa reproductive health bill. Matatandaang pinagsusori si Soto ng anak ni dating Senator Kennedy na si Kerry dahil sa pangungopya ng speech. Nagsampa rin ng ethics complaint ang nasa 30 blogger at ilang propesor mula sa UP, Ateneo at LaSalle dahil sa issue ng plagiarism.